Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the daily show coming at you from the great state of Florida. One hell of a drug. And I do want to welcome you to the channel wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to talk about an indicator called the McRib. The McRib, that's right, from McDonald's. It's the McRib indicator. And I'm going to share with you what happens when the McRib indicator flashes. And keeping it real here today. And we're going to look at the chart and a few other things. We've got another giveaway coming up as well. Now there's going to be 4 giveaways, and I'm going to announce that on the Altcoin Show in just a couple of hours, around 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. So before we do all of that, if you're a regular watcher of the show, what I'm going to say next, smash those like buttons. This does help support the channel and get this channel out to more people. And of course, I do appreciate all the kind words that you all leave in the comments section. I do read and respond to every single one of those, and the questions that get asked in the comment section as well. I do get back to those as soon as I am able to. The emphasis on as soon as I'm able to. I do work through and getting back to all of you there. Okay, now below in the description, okay, there is a bunch of great resources. If you just click the little more button there underneath this video, the description will pop out, or maybe it just already shows for you. At the top there is the Stocks with Josh Discord, the most amazing people on the planet. There, I am in the crypto channel, engaging with all of those incredible people, answering questions and providing resources and education and entertainment, because this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? Okay. And so, of course, there are other great resources below, lots of exchange links. There's my X handle below as well. If you want to follow me on X, you can do so as well. That would be great. And you will need to be following me on X to be able to be eligible for the giveaways. That's just one of the eligibility. I'll go through all of them later today on the Altcoin Show. Okay, we're going to talk about what is the McRib indicator. Drum roll. Here it is. Is there such a thing as the McRib indicator? Apparently, Bitcoin historically goes up over 2x after the McRib returns. As always, not financial advice. And you can see the McRib has returned right here. Bitcoin was around 95,000. Probably actually the low of that day was a little bit lower. Are we going to see at least a 2x return? That would put Bitcoin around about $270,000 to $300,000. That would be pretty incredible if history repeats. Do I think history is going to repeat with the McRib? And look, you can see here back McRib returns, the McRib returns, and look at the gains after the McRib returns to the menu. And although I'm not a diner at McDonald's, I probably last dined there maybe 10 or 13 years ago, no kidding, because I do research what people put in their food, and I try to do the best job that I can in navigating the world of healthy eating and exercise and sunshine and good sleep. Everybody in the crypto community, especially if those are all in the crypto chat, there was a new chat open in the Discord called the meme chat, just for memes now, and that absolutely blew up, and that is a party zone right now. So a lot of fun in there in the Discord, great people in there. So yeah, so the McRib there returns, very interesting indicator. Do you think we're going to see a 2x from Bitcoin from here? And if not, what do you think is what is the highest you think Bitcoin can get to for this bull cycle? Put me a number in there. I want to see what you are thinking and why you're thinking that. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. I've done a Bitcoin video already on when I think the cycle top will be, and also what price I think Bitcoin will be there. And so you can find that on my YouTube channel there. So let's jump into the charts for Bitcoin here. All right, so the Bitcoin price here. And as you can see, again, poked its head above. Now, the great thing was we got not only a daily, but a weekly close finally above this Fibonacci level of around 99,500. And so that was fairly bullish. And I see this all the time. I see Bitcoin, it breaks over a certain metric and everybody starts to go long and then down she comes again. And where does it come down to? The Fibonacci, I'll call this the double Fibonacci, because with Fibonacci stacking, I've got two Fibonacci's running there, one from a previous price swing high to swing low, and then this most recent swing high to swing low. And so 97. So I'd be looking for a Bitcoin to hold above 97. The low of the week may have already been in. And what we can see is that we did get a very bullish close. In fact, the highest weekly bullish weekly close in Bitcoin history. And of course, we also saw it close above the 99,005 Fibonacci level there if we go to the daily time frame, and it's come back and found support on this Fibonacci level here at 97,700 to 97,900. These are two Fibonacci levels. This is called Fibonacci stacking, where I have multiple Fibonacci levels guiding me and helping with the chart. So I just wanted to show you out there. There is another, the Fibonacci stacking level above, of course, around that 104 level. I should color those yellow. I will get to that, coloring those yellow. That will help know what is a Fibonacci, a double basically on that one. Sometimes you get a triple or a quadruple level of confluence there. But as you can see, we've come down to this 97,000 level here, and we have found some support above that. Okay, we found some support right above that level here. And what I'm looking for, and often I've seen this, I've often seen this really bullish close and then right after a bit of a sell-off. I've seen it just happen so often where we see this really bullish close and then we have that sell-off. Look at that wick down the very next day. It's like, oh, everybody starts to go long because we have a daily close. Don't be fooled by the daily close. Oh, Bitcoin needs to close above this and it's going to go to $1 million. Well, maybe eventually it will, or Bitcoin's going to need to close above this price and it's going to go to this price here. Well, of course, eventually, you know, if Bitcoin closes above this, then we're going to see it go to 120K. Well, probably yes, but it doesn't mean that we can't have a little bit of a dump liquidation flush beforehand and bounce around for a little bit. So don't put all, I'm not poo-pooing the daily close, don't get me wrong there, or the weekly close that we've had the highest weekly close in Bitcoin history. Certainly it's an important, but it's not the only indicator that I look to. It's not my guiding light at all. And you'll rarely hear me say, if Bitcoin closes above this, then we're going to go here, because generally that's not been the case. Oh, if Bitcoin closes above here, look, it did. And oh, where did it go? Whoop, down to here. So you can see all these people going, oh, if we close above this Fibonacci level here, this is bullish, then Bitcoin's going to go up here. Well, it did eventually, but before it did, boom, down it went all the way down to 90K, flushing all of those highly leveraged longs out and off the market. And we are going to have a look at the yellow brick road in a moment. You know it's coming. And so there we go with that. So I would see from here, what are we looking at? So the Bitcoin closes, the Bitcoin low in a halving year for the month of December has been the 2nd of December 2012, 5th of December in 2016, and the 9th of December in 2020. So far, the low has, I think this was the new low here, which was 90,500. The low over here was 90,700. So far, the 90,500, the low on Thursday, the 5th of December, which would mirror 2016, the low. Of course, there's still time for us to put in another low before the 10th. It doesn't also mean that, oh, no, the Bitcoin low has never been past the first 10 days of the month. That we could see a Bitcoin low on the 11th, the 12th, the 13th, 14th. Just because history repeats doesn't mean it's going to repeat again, of course. What is that saying? History doesn't always repeat, but it often rhymes. But we have seen historic so far in this bull run, Bitcoin has followed that. I would say the likelihood that the Bitcoin low is in now for the month of December is a lot higher than not. I would probably now push it over 70 to 80% now that Bitcoin low of the week is in for the month of December, and that at some point we are going to see a move upwards into the historical Christmas rally. And what we've seen with the historical Christmas rally is in the last halving cycles, 2012, 2016, 2020, from the Thanksgiving low of the week, which, by the way, I gave to everybody here almost to the $1,000 mark. I did say that there would be a 10% drop at the most, and it to 89K, and it went down to 90K instead. But that ended up being the low of the Thanksgiving week. I did give everybody weeks and weeks of warning before that happened. I know a lot of you prepared for that dip and were able to buy that dip and take advantage of that dip. And the same thing here, that I had prepared everybody well in advance for the week of December, for there to be a final flush out before the takeout. Have we seen this final flush out here on December before the takeoff? I think the likelihood is yes. And of course, it's just probabilities. There is no guarantees. There is no guarantees. I'm just guesstimating based on a lot of historical data, some trading analysis. You can clearly see we're in an uptrend there. I could draw a nice little tribal trades trend line here, and we might just throw one in somewhere around here. Tribal trades trend line. We have got a clear trend line, some trend line support there. I might tidy that up a little bit later. But as you can see, we got some clear trend line support there happening that has been in play since the 12th of November there. So we'll leave that trend line in play. Like I said, I might just clean it up a little bit and pull it down here. There we go. If that works, that still does work. So we have the tribal trades trend line, which guided us expertly through May, through to September, if you've been following the channel for that long. And of course, the up targets. And now if we do have a correction, we haven't had a close below this level. And so if this trend line holds, then we wouldn't see a close below this 96,227 now, although we could still see some downward wicking there. Let's look at the liquidation charts in just a moment. Obviously, we have these levels to the upside. This is where I see us going in December. I see us heading up through to 113, somewhere between 113 to 120,000, 122,000, somewhere in this gap here, I believe we'll be trading in. And then, of course, we had that January dump historically that comes up in the first week of January. Last time around, Bitcoin dumped 30%. I don't know if we'll have that an extreme dump. Maybe a 20% dump has been more what we've seen this cycle. And so we could see that come back to these, down to these levels here, or down to kind of where we are at the moment. Let's look at the liquidation levels here. Let's jump in and have a look and see what Bitcoin is doing. We just need to refresh these charts here. This is a free tool called CoinGlass. You can download it as an app to your phone, and you can do more than just Bitcoin. I've got Tau on here at the moment, and so I just entered a position on Tau because this is a key Fibonacci area. There's a bunch of other indicators. I'm going to talk about it on the altcoin show, and this has come down, and so I'm currently on an entry on Tau with stop losses because I'm doing the show, so I've got to have my stop losses set and my take profit levels set, probably up here around this first few liquidations levels there, between 680 to 685, maybe even 700 there. But we're not talking about Tau. We've got to type in Bitcoin here. Otherwise, I'm going to get sidetracked here. But as you can see, so Bitcoin has come down. And look here, it's just follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. And this is how you can see the wonderful Wizard of Oz. I use this in conjunction. So we do see that 100K level there that we are trading in between here. We are trading in between that 100K level. As you can see there, there's 100. That's kind of the top where we are, where we're coming up to. And then we've established a clear bottom of the range, about 90. So we've been trading between 100 and K and 90K ever since we broke through that level on about the 18th of November there, kind of when this trend line came into play. And so let's have a look again back at these liquidation levels here. Let's look at the 24-hour time frame here, and we see again there's more levels to 100K. So right now, if I'm the market maker, maybe I'm coming down and getting a little bit more of this liquidity, just cleaning up the scraps there. It's like your dog, you put the plate on the floor and it cleans up the scraps for you. Healthy scraps, of course. And I don't have a dog, but my family is asking 4-1 at some point, and I may relent at some point also. There, I should do at some point, if we're going to buy one, I'm going to need some help on what's a good breed, a good dog, and stuff. So don't jump at me in the comments just yet. We'll do a special video on that at some point where I get all your help out there, because I'll definitely need it. Okay, so 100K up here, and then look at these other time frames here. We can see again. Look, follow the yellow brick road. How did you know Bitcoin was going to come down to 99, 98? 97, 98 down there? And so that I closed positions yesterday in profit or break even, because I could see Bitcoin was going to come down and do this. And look, it came up, grabbed here, and then came down. 48 hours just illustrates it so beautiful how the market makers moved the market down here and then have moved it down here again. And let's just look at the last couple of time frames here before we wrap up. Again, there is some more yellow brick road liquidations down here at 97,640. So again, I just go by this. I just think to myself, if I was the market maker, where would I move the market first? That's the question I ask myself, okay? And if I'm the market maker, I'm going to flush out this 97 and this 97 there, and then I'm going to go up to this $100,000 to $102,000 level. Let's jump. And at some point, by the way, the market makers, the market is going to move, and the market is going to move beyond that 100K. We're going to end up heading up to like 104K, 108,000, 113,000, 117,000, 120,000. Those are the stops that I see on the way up. And there might be one final flush out, which I kind of felt that we saw the final flush out on December 5th. I don't know if we're going to see one more flush out. There's the flush out right there, taking out this huge level down here. As you can see, it came and got it. Then it came and got all this level here, wiped out all this level. And you can see there's really barely anything left for them to come to take. So I'm not seeing right now Bitcoin going or revisiting this level anytime soon. But of course, this can change. This is always updating. So I keep an eye on. That's as of this moment, I'm giving that thought based on these charts that I'm seeing. And of course, so you could see this. Look, there is a lot of liquidity here down to 97K. Could they come down to this 95 level? There's about 99 million there, and then down to 94, there's 75 million down there. Absolutely. So that would probably be what I would think at the moment, the bottom, if there was any final further flush out to go down that 94K. And I think we're pretty close. I think we're pretty close for being out of here. If the, I think the 5th of December, I'm going to raise my probability level to 80%, 85%. Should I go 90%? I think that the low, I'm going to go with 90% that the low of the month is in at the 5th of December with this big wick down here. And even though we may see some lower prices there, this is what they're going to come up. This is just buy the dip opportunities for me here as well. And there you had the liquidation levels that they come in for that. They come in for that. The liquidators are coming for that level, in my opinion, okay? In my opinion there. All right, we're going to wrap it up. And as always, thank you so much for tuning in. Until the next show, which is going to be my altcoin show in a couple of hours, we're going to talk about a new giveaway that is going to be happening. We got 4 giveaways now. I got a lot of tokens to give away between now and Christmas. And I do believe I have another giveaway coming as well. So there could be 5 giveaways before Christmas. Just as a big thank you for being so incredible. We're over 8,000 subscribers now just in the last 6 months since the end of May. This is a big thank you to you. I'm not getting any of these giveaways at all. None of it is coming to me. All of it is going to the amazing community that has been built here. Love you all, and I'll see you in the next show. And until then, happy trading.